I bet coming back this week has been a little bit easier than in previous weeks, I suppose, in the back of a win.
Yeah, no, it's always always nice coming back in a win.
Yeah.
The boys worked hard for it. I mean, we've been working hard for weeks. Things just haven't gone our way.
Yeah.
I think second halves has let us down in the past, but we really worked hard this week, and I think it came off. The boys did really well.
Yeah. Are you able to put your finger on the difference? How things managed to click there in the second half?
Not really, to be honest with you. I think we really stuck with it. A lot of games we were still in it by halftime, and we made mistakes and they capitalised. I think this week we really concentrated on what we did during the week, and I just think we put more pressure on ourselves in the second half to produce that, and I think the guys did really well. I mean, you know, everyone really stepped up this week.
Yeah, you seem to enjoy yourself there. Was it one of those English-Welsh contests that there's a bit of edge to it as well?
Yeah, no, it's always nice. It's always something in the forwards going on. Yeah. So it was really well. I think the whole pack of forwards did outstanding. The scrums was really well. The lineouts went much better than usual. Not usual weeks last week. So I think I think the pack entirely stood up. You know, there's a bunch of guys that's new, and I think they put their hands up to be in the starting lineup again this week.
Yeah. Has it been difficult, Joe, this season coming? You come to a place. I think you came mid-October, didn't you? Yeah. Has it been difficult to get going, as it were, on the back of what you did in South Africa?
Yeah, it's always different going to a different country, but I think which helps a lot is that we're three South Africans here, me, Jacobi and George. Yeah. So I think that helps a lot. You know, we spend a couple of nights together a week. We have an old braai or barbecue, as you guys know it. Yeah. So I think that has really made it easier. But I mean, the guys here has been amazing. You know, they've accepted us straight from the word go. Yeah. The guys are very helpful. The coaches, you know, they've always got time to sit down and spend with you. So I think it makes it easier if you're in an environment where people accept you quickly. Yeah.
You've got to play in a few different conditions as well in the last.
The cold is still really new to me. Like it's really really cold out there for us. But I mean, it's a new challenge. You know, South Africa is a much drier game. This is much wetter, and it's much more forward based in those conditions, which suits us. So I mean, it's different, but it's nice experiencing something completely different.
Yeah, we haven't had to play in the snow yet. That was the only.
We went to sail and it was snow all over the place, but it wasn't snowing while we played. Luckily, so I've been lucky to escape that.
Big part of the season coming up now in terms of the league, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very, very important couple of weeks for us. I think the most important of the win we had over the weekend is consistency now. Yeah. You know, we have to perform over the next couple of weeks. It's what's going to make or break our season. You know, we haven't produced as well as we would have wanted to in some of the other competitions, but I mean, we can still easily make the playoffs and this, and I think, I mean, that's the whole team. The whole team's bought into it. You know, we're working towards it, and we want to be there. You know, that's why we are.
Yeah, because you've dropped to 6, but obviously you're still well in contention.
Oh yeah, there's a couple of really important games coming up. Yeah. So if we even win 3 out of 4 of them, not that that's our goal. It's always our goal to win every game. So, but with a bonus point here and there, it's easily manageable to make the playoffs. Yeah.
How did you find Europe, and obviously playing against teams like Clermont and Leinster, who
how do I find mine?
The Heineken Cup, sorry.
Oh yeah, very good. Yeah, it's a really high level of rugby. Yeah. I think Clermont out there was one of my first Heineken Cup games I've played. It was probably one of the hardest games I've ever played. Yeah. And then we played them up here. It's amazing playing against world-class players. You know, the O'Driscolls of Leinster, and I mean, just all over the place. It's the world's best. So it's really good exposure coming over here and playing in those competitions. And it's hard. But it's a really good quality of rugby.
Yeah. Did you manage to get to watch the Six Nations on the weekend?
Yeah, I managed to watch a bit. We were actually busy with something. Right. Yeah, it's bad luck.
Is it difficult? Obviously, there's so many players missing because of Wales and the under-20s.
Yeah, it's always hard playing without your top guys. But I mean, that is how youngsters are bred. You know, that is how you get your opportunity. So a lot of guys got the opportunities, and I think a lot of guys took them over the weekend. It's always hard not playing with those guys, and it's always nice having them back. Yeah. But in the same breath, you know, you are one of the top unions, so you have to accept that is going to be your season. There's going to be people coming in, people coming out the whole season. So you have to adapt to that as quick as you can, and work with what you've got available.
Yeah. Great stuff in Connacht. Obviously, you weren't involved at the start of the season. Good win out there. I mean, they've got a reputation as being quite a dogged forward side. It's going to be a tough challenge in the week.
Yeah, very tough. They've got a good pack of forwards. Their set pieces are really good. Yeah. We've been looking at them this week, and again this week the forwards has got to lay the platform up front. You know, we've got to step up and and get the ball rolling in the front, and the backs will produce, the goods they did on the weekend again.
Yeah. As a pack, you must have taken great heart from the forward display in that last 20 minutes when scrum after scrum.
Yeah, I think it ran away a bit there at the end. The forwards did really well.
Yeah.
But we know it's a new challenge. It's a new week. We can't base ourselves on the week that's passed. We have to work harder this week because it's a bigger challenge that's ahead of us. So there's always a really healthy competition in the squad. Yeah. But I think the boys take it really well. I don't think anyone's down on someone that gets picked ahead of them. The boys are very supportive of each other. And it's going to be a tough call for Simon again this week. Yeah. But that's rather too many to choose off than too little.
Yeah, and Jake obviously has been playing well as well.
Jake's been playing really well. He's also a young guy. Yeah. So Rich Kelly's been playing well. I've been there. Sioni's been in and out of lock. So there's quite a lot of competition, basically from lock and Lucy. Because a lot of guys can cover both the positions. So you're never assured of your place in the team. Every week you have to work harder to keep it. So it's a good environment to be in, though.
It's important, I suppose, with Munster coming week after next, that you keep the ball rolling in terms of the winning feeling, I suppose.
Yeah, we do. We really do have to. That's why we have to put in a really big week. It's a short turnaround for us, so we would have liked a day or two more, but we have to, we have to do with that. And like you said, I think the next 4 weeks is probably going to determine our season for us. So the coaches know that, the players know that. We've all bought into that. There'll probably be some rotation within the next week or two. But saying that, whoever gets picked is going to go out there and absolutely give his 100%.
Great. Good stuff.
And just generally, on a word on supporters and settling in and all of that, how do you feel now, sort of halfway through the season or further into the season?
It's amazing. As I said the first time I was here, it's unbelievable the amount of support. The people tweeting at you after a game, Facebooking you, stopping you in the streets. The passion for the game in Wales and specifically in Connacht is amazing. We've been coming off quite a couple of losses over the last couple of weeks, but the stands were full on the weekend again. The people were here, they were screaming, they were going crazy. So it just shows you, even though their team's down, they still do support them. They still back the players.
Yeah, 80 metres or 90 on the weekend, obviously. Nice. It sort of triggered, a great last 10 minutes, Andy, didn't it? In terms of, it was quite a tight game up to that.
It was really tight, but that was sort of one of the positives from the game. We stuck in there, and we kept when they took the lead, we kept chipping away at them, and it was with that last 10-15 minutes that we managed to sort of pull away. And again, it's been a frustrating couple of months here, not being in a bit of a rut, and then to finally click and put in that performance, it was really rewarding, and boys really happy. It was a great confidence booster ahead of this next stage with these Rabo games.
Was it much needed? When you go week after week after week, and you look for positives and defeats, but in the win.
It's been fairly positive here, but at the end of the day, you want to be in a winning team, and you want to be playing well. So. Like I said, it was brilliant to get that performance and that win.
Yeah, timely as well, I suppose, with Connacht and Munster on the horizon.
That's right, and we're still there. We didn't have much to play for in that Leicester game, and it's all about the Rabo now. That's for us to concentrate on. We're there. We're in a good position. Maybe slipped a couple of places, but it's really tight up at the top there, and it's our goal to make those playoffs.
Yeah, because you were obviously top two all season until that Ulster game, really.
That's right, and then we've slipped down, and a few teams have caught up, and it's I don't know what it's 5 points, isn't it? It separates it's just nothing.
Well, apart from Ulster, there, isn't it?
So it's going to be tight. It's probably going to go right down to the wire. So we've said these are going to be massive games for us now.
Yeah, you've got 9 games left, 6 at home. That's a big incentive as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and our away form has been brilliant this year in the league. We've had some great results, and now it's ideal. You want those home games, and we've got them, and hopefully we can get those wins.
Yeah. Connacht, they're always a tricky side to play against, aren't they?
That's right, and they've always got a few players making a step up and being picked by Ireland. So I think that's a good reflection on them and the type of rugby they're playing. But they're always tough. Yeah. And again, it was one of the great wins to have won out there this year, because we've struggled there in previous years, and now it's just making sure that we repeat that at home.
Yeah, it's almost like last weekend, but you've got to be that little bit patient to break them down, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. And not panic, and just be confident in our game and with the players we've got, and keep playing, keep plugging away, and to get those points.
And you'll have a few boys back as well, obviously from Wales and injury as well.
That's right. Yeah, I mean that was again really encouraging from that last game. There was quite a few boys who played there and put their hands up and. Had only trained with us for a few weeks and put in some good performances. And not only that, we have these boys coming back from injury. A couple from the Welsh team. It's good for coaches. I suppose the dilemmas you want, making it tough to pick the squad.
People putting their hands up as well, as you said, and all across the back line. You seem to click there on it.
That's it. Yeah. So be interesting to see when the team's selected and whose names are on the sheet. But again, that's good. It's gonna add to the team, hopefully add to us for the game.
You got 9 tries this season, Andy. How have you felt it's gone
it's been good. Personally, I'm pleased with the season. I've had plenty of game time, and it's nice to get those tries. And we started off well, scoring a lot of tries in the back three as a whole. We've been playing really well. Georgia scored quite a few, and it's good to see Guff get his first try for Scarlets the weekend. So it's been pleasing and happy.
It's sort of dried up a bit over Christmas since the try scoring a little bit. So you can rediscover that if the weather gets a little bit better.
That's it. It's some horrible games we played over Christmas. That one at Cardiff Arms Park was horrendous, and it has been tough conditions, especially for the outside backs. But let's hopefully now with this ground hardening and weather improving, we can get back to scoring.
And obviously the pack performance last weekend, that'd be encouraging as well for everyone.
Brilliant. Sean's come in and he's been working with us, and it's one of the things he said he's wanted to bring the forwards into the game, use them more effectively, and it seems to have sort of happened. It work's paying off these last 2 weeks.
And you were the elder statesman of the side last weekend of the back division.
Certainly, it's been common from the start of the season. I've been looking around. I'm one of the oldest there, and I will have been. And so I've got Aled Thomas. Luckily, he's a bit older than me.
Right.
But now Stodds is retired. He's gone. So it's only Aled, I think, in the backs.
Is that difficult in a way? Because obviously a lot of the top sides have the Driscolls, the Darcys, those players who were in the 29, 30, 31, those experienced performance sort of cement in the side, as it were. Is that tough when you've got so many young players?
I think the coaches have mentioned this to us, and it's one of the things we've got to accept that we don't. Perhaps some of the boys who aren't as comfortable going to have to be more vocal, express opinions, and provide feedback in our meetings. Whereas in other clubs, it might be the older players who do that because we're not in that position and we have young. But it's just something else these boys are learning to do, and again, it's only going to make them better rugby players.